So in Australia yesterday, something amazing happened. This is an amazing piece of video that I want you to grab. Wake up grandma. If grandma's not awake, wake her up, slap her on the arm and say, Grandma, wake up and watch this. It's an amazing piece of video. You should be proud of a politician like this. A man who should be praised, a man by the name of Senator Gerard Rennick. He's been exposing the liars that are pushing this alarmist agenda away from hydrocarbons towards renewables. He asked a simple question during a Senate hearing. All of you clowns are trying to move Australia to carbon zero by 2030. Do you have any idea what that will cost to put solar and wind energy transmission lines in? And of course, the degradation of that energy as it travels across those transmission lines. Like, how much is this infrastructure going to cost? What is the degradation of energy across these lines? Do you guys know any of this? Watch one of the best pieces of video I've seen in weeks. Watch.
Senator Rennick.
Yeah, hi guys. So just to confirm, it is 28,000 kilometres of transmission lines that you're looking to actually having to implement to reach the target of 43%.
I'm probably not the expert on that, but my understanding is there are a number of ISP scenarios that range from 5,000 kilometres to 28,000 kilometres by 2050 to support various versions of the ISP.
Right, okay. So if you don't know the distance, then you're not going to know how much it's going to cost either. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
Right,
and
okay.
what properties are involved and the impacts, etc.
Okay, which begs the next question then, Senator McAllister, given that the Leader of the Senate, Senator Wong, constantly says that renewables are cheaper. How can you possibly say renewables are cheaper when you actually don't even know the cost in building the transmission lines?
Senator Rennick, there are many leaps of logic in the way that you pose that question.
No, there's not actually.
Essentially, Australia's electricity system is organised with the assistance of 3 market bodies. The Integrated Systems Plan describes the network requirements that will be needed to deliver on new capacity, and the market responds to that descriptor. Rewiring the Nation intervenes in this way. It says where a transmission line needs to be built, we will create the capacity to provide low-cost finance.
Okay, so we've got a range of what, as low as 5,000 kilometres to as high as 28,000 kilometres. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Right, okay. So will the Rewiring Australia Fund, which is $20 billion, be able to actually fund the cost of what could potentially be 28,000 kilometres of transmission lines?
We are very confident that the Rewiring the Nation Fund will have a very significant impact on the development of the system. Ms Brunero may be able to provide you a bit more detail about some of the details about different approaches in different states.
Yeah, so in terms of funding transmission in the broad, it's important to say that the Rewiring the Nation policy won't be doing all of those transmission funding, and it isn't directed at that. It is directed at the actionable projects that are come through the Integrated System Plan. And what Mr Dyer is talking about are the different scenarios in there around getting to net zero by 2050, and some of that, there's a step change scenario that most experts think is the most relevant, but the reason why there's a higher level in some of those scenarios, it's the hydrogen superpower.
Okay.
So we literally have no idea what the hell we're doing.
But they're speaking a good game as if they are all convinced that they do.
I mean,
we believe when he says, how are we going to fund that? He's like, well, when we find out how much we need, there'll be systems in place to respond to that. That will be that we'll be able to pay for it.
It's a joke. It's a total clown show.
That's crazy town.